It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Good evening, everybody. Ernie Johnson here with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Great to have you with us on 2K Sports. Tonight, it'll be the Phoenix Suns going up against the Chicago Bulls in their house, United Center. For Chicago, they lost their first matchup against these guys. This, their final game against them in the regular season, looking to finish with a split. Guys, Devin Booker, even in his rookie season, you saw something special with the way he can score the ball. And he just keeps on getting better. Can he be the top scoring two-guard at some point in his career?
Top scoring, yes. But his goal should be the top overall two-guard, two-way player. I think he has the ability to score, and we've seen that early in his career. Now his anticipation on the defensive end and his aggressiveness on the defensive end, if that increases, he has a chance to be the best two-guard in 5 years.
And I agree with you, Kenny, and he's already a problem to defend without doubling. This kid can flat out play.
And with that, just about time for tip. We'll see you later.
Nightfall in the Windy City with the Willis Tower and the rest of downtown Chicago lighting up the sky. The Bulls play before the hometown crowd, and we've got it live for you right here from Chicago. With Brent Barry and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan, and David Aldridge will be joining us on the sideline as well. Looking at the last game for the Phoenix Suns, it was a loss to the Timberwolves in Minnesota.
Yeah, and some of that loss was due to a lack of hustle, especially on the defensive end.
And there are games where an opponent gets aggressive. You got to raise your level of play. They failed to do that in this one.
And David Aldridge is standing by for our pregame report. David, good evening.
Well, this matchup was a win the first time these two teams met, and he said, I know a lot of people were surprised by how well we handled them in that game. It was no surprise to us. We knew how well we matched up with them, and it was just a matter of executing the game plan. Well, let's see if they can repeat that performance today, guys.
All right, thank you, David. Now about halfway through the season, Brent, some teams looking great, but we still have a long way to go. We're talking about an 82-game schedule that is meant to put teams and players really to a full test.
Yeah, it's really something. I oftentimes find myself, Kevin, looking back after 14 years of playing at a team's schedule for an upcoming season, and I scratch my head and I go, wow, I used to do that? I mean, that's not easy to do.
It's very difficult. I agree. I agree.
Nice clean game, huh?
And it's going to be the Bulls off the tip. So the opening lineup for the Suns. Booker and Warren on the perimeter. Allen Williams out there with Monroe. And it's Ulis in at the 1. Here's Valentine, stolen by Monroe. Warren against Levine. And the shot by Warren, no good. On defense, the Suns. Their last encounter was in Phoenix.
And really brought an impressive physicality to that matchup, drawing a ton of fouls, and of course, went on to win it.
No doubt that's what made the difference. The aggression they showed, attacking, drawing contact. It got them points at the line and made foul trouble a big concern on the other side.
Now here's Valentine. After T.J. Warren's miss, Markkanen dishes to Valentine. From outside, off the mark. Booker, right side, baseline jumper. Jump shot is good that time.
He's got great touch, Devin Booker, especially from the mid-range, where he's looking to be consistent.
Grant the pass to Markkanen. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
I like that recognition. Effortlessly getting his teammate the ball in a spot where he knows he can do something with it.
Now, here's Ulis. He's covered by Grant. Warren against Levine. Warren kicks to Monroe. Over Lopez. Bounces high off the rim and drops. Monroe's got his first basket of the night.
That's a beautiful follow-through from Monroe outside the paint this time.
Out to the right wing. Now, here's Grant. He's guarded closely. The shot missing. Good work defensively by Monroe. Ulis kicks to Warren, and out of bounds is Chicago gains possession. And let's quickly check in on the season's top rookie rebounders so far. Lauri Markkanen is second.
And you know, rebounding was a skill that I thought would translate to the NBA for him. We knew he could board with the best of them, and he has not disappointed.
Now, here's Grant. He had a 24-point outing in their last game against Miami.
And one of the big ways he came through was at the foul line. They couldn't contain him. He was equally effective at scoring baskets as well as getting to the line.
Here's Ulis after the made shot from Lauri Markkanen. Monroe dishes to Ulis. Screen by Monroe. 5 to shoot. It's deflected. Lopez with the steal. And now here's Markkanen, the fast break chance. Pass to Valentine. Sinks the triple. Valentine's got his first 3 points of the game.
Yeah, feel for him right now, guys. He's much better than this 1-for-4 start. He just needs to relax a little bit out there and let that game come around to him.
Here's Monroe. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up.
Too much respect paid that time on the pump fake from Greg Monroe. He pumped, the D jumped, he drew the foul.
This is his first free throw of the game. And that one falls for Monroe. Well, the Suns' issue last season was their defensive focus, Brent. Bottom 5 in the league in defense, and had a lot of trouble not committing silly fouls on defense.
That's where youth plays a huge part, Kevin. Inexperience, not understanding the nuances of the NBA defensive game. And a lot of times what you'll see, Kevin, is young guys getting caught up in the idea that, hey, I stopped my man, I did a good job defensively, and that's not really what team defense is all about, certainly at the NBA level.
And there's the call on Tyler Ulis. That is his first foul of the game.
I mean, that's a tough break for the D. I mean, he took the hit and drew the whistle.
Some changes for Chicago. Bobby Portis is checked in for Markkanen. Mirotic comes in for Denzel Valentine. And Chris Dunn subbed in for Jaren Grant. And the Suns here with a different look. Alex Len's checked in for Monroe. Chris comes in for Alan Williams. Jackson, he's checked in for T.J. Warren. And Knight subbed in for Tyler Ulis.
And one of the things that stands out about Josh Jackson out of Kansas, his playmaking ability at that forward position. For a guy 6'8", you can put the ball in his hands and let him create offense for you, much like a Draymond Green.
And Josh Jackson, Greg, out of Kansas, able to step into that point forward role well.
And in today's game, you can't have too many playmakers on the court at one time. Josh Jackson is Draymond Green 2.0. You know, a little bit better athlete, can be a difference maker defensively, but also has that high IQ on the offensive side to make everybody better.
Now, here's Dunn. He's a good contributor to his team, averaging about 10.5 points a game.
And quickly, let's look at the numbers for Booker. Putting up about 22 points per, 4 assists and 4 rebounds. And just look at those scoring totals. He's been doing what he does best, putting points on the board.
His instincts naturally are to score the basketball. That ability to find the creases in the defense is something you just don't teach, and it's awesome.
Both free throws good from Holiday. And Justin Holiday, one of the many Holiday siblings to play hoops.
Well, he's worked hard to get here, Kevin. Went undrafted and came up through the D-League and is capable, a long wing defender who maybe with some nuance and some time put in can become more of a 3-and-D guy in the NBA.
Chris with it, working on Portis. Bulls have gone 3 of 7 from the field since we've gotten underway. Dunn kicks to Lopez. And sticking right with it, gets the foul with the bucket, and he'll go to the line.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
So often nowadays in transition, Brent, we'll see a guy get to the rim, then kick it out to someone standing at the three-point line. What's your feeling on that?
Kevin, who's at the three-point line?
Well, let's say Brent Barry's out there.
I'm more than okay with that. You know, so some of the guys, Kevin, in the new age are running to the three-point line, and as the ball gets to the rim, yeah, the modern-day fast break is not your classic 3-on-2, and we're going to take the wings coming in, and we're going to feed one guy for a layup. That first available wide-open three-point shot, whether 2 seconds into the possession or 12, is something coaches are willing to. live with.
Problem is, though, sometimes that big wants to run and does run, but you don't reward him, and then maybe they don't run the next time down.
That's exactly right, Kevin. You have a big guy working that hard. Problem is, in today's game, some of those big guys are also running to that three-point line.
You're exactly right. Booker, with no one around, buries the long-range jumper. Booker's got 5 points so far.
That release so quick from Devin Booker. Wow.
Out to the right wing, and Mirotic kicks to Lopez. Len grabs the board. Len's got 3 rebounds now in this one. A nice shot by Booker.
Well, on a scale of 1 to 10 on difficulty, that's an 11.
Bulls trail by 5. Out to the right wing. And that one's good by Lopez.
And he's really been working to get those looks, and it's starting to pay off here early on.
Now, here is Knight, guarded closely. Good ball movement here by the Suns. And it's sent back by Lopez. And here we go, the Bulls fast break. 7-second difference, shot and game clock. Mirotic with it. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Here's Dunn. And not a good shot for him. They can get better looks than that. Here's Knight. Again, the miss by Knight. And at the end of one, both teams putting up some points. Phoenix ahead, up by 3. The second quarter coming up right after this break, so don't go anywhere. And off we go, a close game now starting the second quarter. And from
The 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, basketball fans. I'm Ernie Johnson, welcoming you to 2K Sports. I'm here with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. We'll watch the Phoenix Suns in this one as they go up against the Chicago Bulls in their house, United Center. And guys, for the Bulls, they lost their first matchup against these guys. This, their final game against them in the regular season, looking to finish with a split. And Kenny, oh, we have lots to talk about. One thing coming up on the horizon, the trade deadline.
Oh, say does.
It's a West versus East contest here in the windy city of Chicago, Illinois, as the Bulls play one at home, bringing you another edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. Hi, everyone. This is Kevin Harlan with Chris Webber and Greg Anthony, and our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. You take a look at the Suns. They've lost their last 3 games, and guys, they'd like that streak to end tonight here.
Well, Kevin, I tell you, this stretch of games for this team has been difficult. That's a big part of the reason why they've struggled. I mean, you're facing some of the best teams in our league, and those kinds of teams, they can make it tough on you.
And before this game gets going, let's send it over to David Aldridge, who caught up with head coach Fred Hoiberg. David.
Well, Kevin, he said defensively their main priority is going to be preventing points in the paint. He told me we can't let them get comfortable inside. That's what'll hurt us. He wants them playing a very physical brand of D down low. We'll see if they got the message. Kevin?
Thank you, David. And the NBA season can be a long one, Chris. How important were team functions and team events during the season as a way to relieve some of the stress of the season?
Oh, man, if you're on a good team and a good team in the locker room, then you really don't even have to have team functions because you're going out, hanging out after every practice, going to play golf on warm days.
It's just natural, right?
Yeah, it's just natural. You're eating with guys, hanging out with guys, and so it is everything because really these are the guys that you're playing for, and the better chemistry, the better the team. I've always believed, and so team functions, hanging out with the guys, always important.
All right, let's set the floor courtesy of Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Setting the floor for the Suns. Booker and Warren on the perimeter. Williams is out there at Greg Monroe. And it's Ulis in at the 1 spot. Warren, Levine trying to free himself up. And Warren the bucket on the assist by Booker.
And so it begins, taking control right up front.
Well, I like the effort. It always feels good to get on the board first.
Now, here's Grant. Outside, Levine. Lock at 6. Grant dishes to Valentine. Offline with his 3. Chicago on defense. The Suns beat them last time these two teams met in Phoenix.
And their last time playing this club, foul trouble became a big problem for them. Their starters had to take an early stint on the bench.
Well, you want to be in attack mode, but you also have to gauge how the referees are calling it. They needed to pull back, adjust, but they didn't.
Now Ulis, after Denzel Valentine missing on that last 3-pointer. Ulis with it, now defended by Grant. Monroe with a screen on Grant. Here's Ulis, and he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. This is his first chance at the line tonight. And the first one drops. One is no good.
The Bulls have been very active in revamping this roster. A lot of trades and player movement. They were worried of becoming a treadmill team.
Now, here's Grant. He had a 24-point outing in their last game against Miami. Lays it up off the glass.
Oh, that's the goal every trip. Get the good look from close range.
First quarter, about a minute and a half in. With some lackluster finishes to their season the last couple of years, that worry of finishing poorly isn't going away for Bulls fans. But luckily, the Bulls have a history of shaking things up.
It's never easy to make that choice. The front office has been proactive in shaking things up. Not easy, but they're committed to change right now.
Pass to Lopez. And Lopez throws it down.
At 7 feet tall, Lopez makes dunking look easy. Once he's close to the bucket, forget about it.
There's a screen by Williams, and there's the call. It's going to be an illegal. Screen.
And he wasn't going to get away with that one. Still in motion when he set that screen.
He even knew he wasn't in good position. He tried to slide himself into a better spot. The official wasn't having it.
And stolen by Williams. And here's the break. Here's Ulis. It's good. Great play by Williams to set it up.
Wow, he's only going to hit that shot about 1 out of 10 times.
Grant kicks to Levine. He dishes it to Markkanen. The feed to Valentine. Shot clock at 6. Shoots over Warren. And the Bulls tack on 2 more. So it's Phoenix now. They trail by 1, coming off that loss against the Timberwolves.
And if there's one aspect of the game that really stood out for me, it was the rebounding. Basketball is about possessions, and you saw a noticeable difference in terms of the effort both teams were putting forth.
Yeah, you have to make the effort to gain position. Keep position. Go harder after rebounds. None of that was happening.
The Suns have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Ulis passes to Warren. Here's the screen. Ulis with it. Now defended by Grant. Very pretty alley-oop layup.
No hesitation at all on the alley-oop. Saw his teammate with a pat to the hoop, and bang, lobbed it right up there for him to finish.
And he was ready for it when he elevated and made the catch. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
The Bulls shooting their first free throws here for the night. And the first one at the line is good. He hits one and misses one, each at the line.
Nice. Tying it up. Though a little disappointed that he couldn't give him the lead.
And here's Booker from the arc. A three-pointer is right on target. Booker's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Grant dishes to Lopez. Back to Grant. Outside, Levine. To the left wing. And the Bulls with another miss. Suns leading by 3. Here's Ulis. Offensive rebound. And a good offensive board. And he gets the bucket.
Just a grinder. Always doing the dirty work on the offensive glass. And that's one of the things he brings to the table.
Markkanen kicks to Valentine. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Suns have gone 5 of 8 from the field, shooting over 62%. Passes it to Ulis. Levine against Warren. To the inside, Monroe. Doesn't go for him. Good D by Lopez. And it's wide right. It's off the rim.
The defense recognizing the situation and getting right in his face once he got close to the bucket.
Yep, it counts.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
Last game for Chicago, it was a loss to the Heat.
Yeah, they lost the momentum, and it's a bit surprising that that one got away from them because for long stretches, they were the better team.
Well, overall, they played well enough to win, but their energy was just up and down. Too many miscues at key points of the game. Well, that's the shot they're looking for. A clean three-pointer. Just can't get it to go.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Lopez, a screen on Warren. Looking to end the run, and the layup good by Valentine. Valentine's got 5 now. And some players, you just kind of know that they'll end up in coaching. Just the way they approach the game and go about themselves. Chris, having played Hoiberg during your career, did you ever see him becoming a head coach?
Well, it's not as easy to tell your opponents versus your teammates. Didn't have a really close relationship with them. Didn't know or his expectations, never played with him. So,
that's a great dunk!
Freakish, athletically.
That's how you do it.
And this is why defensively you can't afford to let Levine get to the rim. Too much explosiveness.
And that replay is sponsored by Under Armour. Another unleash chaos moment, giving us an excellent perspective on the play. And first time out of the game called for Phoenix. And Chris, you've been working as an analyst now for quite some time. Do you feel that how you view and
to execute what the coach and the GM puts out there for you to do, for you not to become a one-dimensional player, for you to improve in the summertime. That's the only time you can improve. And when you don't come back and you don't improve, it's obvious that you have the same glaring weaknesses that you had the year before. Even if you're not on a team that can compete for a championship, you want to make sure that you compete for a championship, that you compete for an all-star, that you compete to have your name out there. And so a lot of times we'll watch some of those teams, and I love seeing that they compete or if they laid it down early in the season. So, no, I would say that really what gives me an advantage is that the way that I looked at the game, and hopefully, you know, that gives me a unique perspective when I'm out there trying to talk to other basketball heads like myself.
Booker with it. Now guarded by Mirotic. Good on the three-point shot. Knight's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Bulls trail by 6. Dunn passes to Lopez. Over in the corner, Portis. He's looking for Lopez and finds him. And Lopez throws it down.
Good movement there, and the lead pass was right where it needed to be.
Knight with it. And it's Chris in the corner. Yes, and Knight with the assist that time.
And the D has gotten a little bit laxed here defending the triple.
Dunn kicks to Holiday. They set the pick. Pass to Mirotic. He feeds it to Dunn. 6 to shoot. Back to Mirotic. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back. Mirotic has got himself on the board with 3 there. Knight with it. Now guarded by Dunn. Land against Lopez. Chris can't hit.
Yeah, they got that one, but early on, it's really been a struggle for them to secure that defensive backboard.
Mirotic gets the bucket.
Look at Mirotic's touch inside. Mirotic understands how to score deep in the paint.
Plan a screen. Booker with no one around misses the 3. For Chicago, they've gone 8 of 14 from the field in the first quarter. Dunn kicks to Portis. Right wing. Mirotic dishes to Lopez. Lets the 3 fly. That's good for Mirotic on the assist from Lopez. And it's 8 points for Nikola Mirotic. The Suns trailer. On the wing, Jackson. To the inside. Left block shot on the way. Chris gets the bucket. Chris has got 5 now.
Oh, he's shooting a fantastic mark from the field to begin this one.
Dunn kicks to Holiday. To the right side. Lopez sets a screen for Holiday. Dishes it to Dunn. Over Chris. Another one falls for Chicago.
And they are going toe-to-toe here tonight, guys. This thing's like a heavyweight fight.
Punch, counter punch. Neither club's been able to sustain an advantage.
Len passes to Knight. And Booker kicks to Chris. Tries from 16. No good. Shot missing. And it's Chicago the other way. 44 seconds left here in the first quarter. Dunn. Offensive rebound. Portis, the pass to Dunn. Outside Holiday. Here's Mirotic. Here's Lopez. Now the pass to Portis. Here's Dunn. He's a good contributor to his team, averaging about 10.5 points a game.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
Taken away by Holiday. Portis kicks to Dunn. Knight grabs the board.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it.
And how about the attack mode mentality that Jackson possesses? You can see there, even on the mid-range, he is looking to be aggressive.
Out of bounds, Phoenix takes possession.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
Here's Booker, and that's not going to go. At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. Suns ahead, leading by a point. After this break, we'll be back with the start of the second quarter on 2K Sports. And let's hear from Tyson Chandler. He talked about what he brings to this team.
I do a lot that doesn't show up on the stat sheet. That's what I pride myself on. You know, some nights you're not going to get the ball, but you still can be effective on the floor. Whether that's rebounding, playing defense, hustling, trying to create extra shots for your team. Whatever it is necessary that I feel like help my team get a win.
Chandler has long been the kind of player all coaches want on their team. He's the definition, Greg, of an unselfish player who doesn't care about his ego or his stats.
And he knows that and prides himself on it. That also makes him the kind of player his teammates appreciate so much because they know nobody wins any rings without a guy like Tyson Chandler on the team.
Welcome back, folks. We have a close game here at the start of the second quarter of play. And from what we've seen, guys, from the Suns, what are you thinking so far?
I mean, you saw it. That barrage of threes has them grooving here after one.
Well, there's not enough defensive pressure on the perimeter. We'll see in the second quarter if that gets correct.
We've got Nikola Mirotic. Dunn is out there with G. And it's Portis in at the center, locking down the middle. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago. For three, Booker. That one doesn't drop. So the Bulls will take it the other way. They're off to Denver after this game as they apply their skills at the Pepsi Center. That will be a getaway game for them, a one-game road trip. Holiday dishes to Mirotic. It's good. The assist that time from Holiday. 14 points for Nikola Mirotic.
They've leaned on him tonight, and he's delivered with some great shooting.
And Mirotic, a player who hasn't made quite the jump in development that Chris, I think, his team was hoping for.
Yeah, Mirotic fans might have their expectations dampened a bit, but he's still a good player. He has one of the best pump fakes in the game because his shot is so good, but no idea how defenders keep falling for his pump fake. I mean, he uses it all the time.
The dish to Dunn. Chandler comes with the double team. Dunn shot's good.
There's just no way you are stopping Dunn when he's that close to the bucket. A skilled finisher and amazing athlete.
Dudley with a screen for Booker. Here's Chandler. And it's Chicago with the rebound.
Even that close to the bucket, that's a very tough finish in that kind of traffic.
G kicks to Dunn. Off target with his three.
As off the mark as he has been, they're a little lucky to be in front.
Here's Booker. His fifth miss. Out 2 for 7 from the floor. And here we go. The Bulls fast break. Chandler comes with the double team. And here in the second quarter of action with a hair under 2.5 minutes played so far. Dunn passes to Mirotic. Just 5 to shoot. G, no good.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Here's Knight. Mirotic grabs the miss. Here's G. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. Here's Holiday. Plays it up and banks it in.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
Now here's Knight. Defense right on him. Chandler is screen. Knight kicks to Booker. Another shot. Back to Knight. Here in the second quarter, just under 3.5 minutes played. Kicks it to Booker. Over Dunn. That is good. And the Bulls lead is cut down to 2 on the bucket from Booker. Booker's got his third basket of the night right there. G kicks to Mirotic. Dunn dishes to Mirotic. Out to the wing. Jackson against Holiday. Feeds it to G. Mirotic the pass to Dunn. Second shot opportunity. Nice shot by Portis. And the Bulls lead by 4.
Love the grit on the offensive glass. Those are just epic points.
Guys, they're looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
They set the pick. Knight kicks to Booker. And the Suns get it back. It's good.
Defensive rebounding, just such a crucial part of the game.
I tell you what, it's like football, having a 3rd and 13 and them running up the gut. It just frustrates the defense. You have to hate giving up second chance points. It's demoralizing. After basically, I mean, you had to stop.
Here's what Chicago's going with right now. Markkanen, he's checked in for Mirotic. Denzel Valentine comes in for Justin Holiday. Zach LaVine's checked in for Dunn. And it's Jaren Grant in for G. Ulis with it. Now defended by Grant. Ulis kicks to Knight. Chandler is screen. Steps back and fires. It's hauled in by the Bulls.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
Here's Portis. He's guarded by Chandler. Here's Markkanen. And it's Chicago scoring again.
And how about that stroke from mid-range by Markkanen? The 7-footer with a deadly jumper. That's like a defense's worst nightmare.
Here's Ulis. Goes back up. It's deflected. Now here's Valentine. He's covered by Warren. And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. Well, Chris, NBA players will go around to every arena at least once in a season. Does each arena have its own feel and look? And how does that impact players when they play on the floor? A depth perception from the basket to the last row. They've told me that every building feels different. Is that true?
Yeah, every building does feel different, but because every player is different, you know, it just depends on which guy and which arena. You know, I used to love Portland because it was dark in Portland and it felt warm in there. I don't know why. I mean, I can't really even explain that well, but yeah. I used to love playing in Portland. And I know some guys that have an arena that is bright, or they just love getting there, or maybe they just love that city. So a lot of times, I tell you what arena I really loved, and it was the first time I went to Boston Garden, because I just sat and I stretched on the floor probably for the longest of any game, because I sat there and I touched the parquet floor and I got to look up at all the banners, and I, you know, kind of reading the banners there and who played there and what year they won, and tried to remember that team. And so in some arenas it's just special because who's performed there and who's been there before you. And so every arena has a different feel.
That's a great answer.
I mean, I like the call. I thought the defense was just there a little late.
Now, here's Ulis. Tight defense on him. He kicks to Booker. Shot clock at 6. And the wide open shot from Warren.
They are really struggling from the floor.
And again, it's the Suns missing. Pass to Markkanen. In the corner, it's Levine. Markkanen with it. He's against Williams. Grant outside to the paint. And Markkanen gets it to go on the assist by Grant. Grant's got 3 assists in the game. Suns trail by 9. Now Ulis, taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. Len dishes to Warren. Loses the defender with the screen and drills the jumper. Warren's got 6.
And that's what you give up when you don't fight over the screen.
A lot of times your defense is your offense is your defense. This is poor decision making right here. You can't let them have that shot. Also might have been a lack of effort.
Phoenix has gotten into trouble with the 3 ball in the second quarter, only hitting 1 of 5 attempts. Now here's Ulis. Williams a screen. Booker in the corner. The offensive rebound. Len, and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. And let's take a look at the playmaking here. This chart with the assist totals split between the front court and the back court tonight for the Suns.
This backcourt is really shouldering the load in terms of the ball movement and great assists. When you look at the overall contributions compared to the bigs, nice work on distributing the ball.
That free throw missing. Robin Lopez is checked in for Bobby Portis. Chris, he's checked in for the Suns. He hits the second from the line. And here is Grant. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game. And there's the feed to Markkanen. Back to Levine. He dishes it to Valentine. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
And let's review some numbers for Grant. He's putting up 9 points a game, 5 assists, and 3 rebounds. And the numbers won't wow you, but I like the effort he brings to the table each and every night.
He hustles, does the little things, just a good complimentary guy who you need on your team.
And so he hits both.
And they're really getting more points at the free throw line here in the second quarter.
And the Suns call time.
Yeah, and the amount of points they've given up here in the paint, that's what they got to talk about.
Oh, this is ugly. No question about it. And you wonder if these matchups aren't favoring them right now.
November, and let's see how things are going out east in the early season. Taking a look at Boston. They like where they stand right now, perched in that topmost position. And, of course, Chicago just way behind.
Yeah, but checking out Chicago, they haven't made any of the strides they were hoping to see prior to the season. Again, hanging around at the bottom of the standings.
This is just not a team that is positioned to be very good at all. Now, look, the players are doing their best out there, but they simply just don't have the right mix of players nor the execution to get it done yet.
Levine kicks to Markkanen. Ejected by Len. And that's out of bounds. Chicago will retain possession. And stolen by Chris. And Phoenix pushing it up now. Lots of room. Tries again. That is good. And the Bulls' lead is cut down now to just 5 on the bucket from Len. Chicago's gone 2 for 5 from three-point land since the end of the first. Lopez a screen. Levine kicks to Grant. That's good, and it's Levine with the assist. Grant's got his second bucket tonight.
Smart decision to kick the ball out as the defense collapses inside.
Here's a screen by Chris. Passes to Warren. It's hauled in by the Bulls. Markkanen's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. And the whistle blows, so a chance here for a three-point play.
Yeah, they've gone away from the triple as they look to protect this lead.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
And to this point on the season, guys, 80% from the line. He's done a really good job.
And Phoenix making a change here. Monroe's checked in. That free throw good from Markkanen.
And Markkanen is a perfect candidate for that stretch 4. Outstanding at pulling the trigger from deep and not afraid to go inside and bang with the other bigs.
You can see that he definitely takes rebounding seriously, and his size really helps him come down with plenty of those tough boards.
Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Here's Grant. Off the mark and a bad shot there. Suns trail by 11. Warren with the ball. He had an 18-point outing in their last game against Minnesota. Screen by Monroe. Booker outside. Fires from deep. He got it up in time, but it wouldn't fall for him. And so it's Chicago, holding on to an 11-point cushion as we get ready to take a break. They're pounding the ball inside, and that's where they've gotten their best production tonight. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Zach, you guys playing with a lot of energy out there. What did you do to get that fire going?
You know, we want to win a game. You know, we're coming out here competing. You know, we're tired of losing. You know, it's time for us to start getting on our roll.
You can do that in the second half. Thanks, Zach. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime
And
Show.
hello again. We have an exhilarated home crowd joining us for our halftime report. I'm Ernie Johnson alongside Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaq. It was a closely contested first quarter for Chicago. Some good action during the period, as it was just a one-point game at the end of one. They're in a terrific position now thanks to their flawless execution in the second quarter. Some excellent work offensively now has them up 11 at the break. And Shaq, what did you see out there from the Bulls?
You got to like their offense efficiency. They were patient, took good shots. That was reflected in their high field goal percentage. They just need to keep playing smart in the second half and close this thing out. Don't get cute now.
Kenny, your take on Phoenix.
Well, they're facing a team that shot very well in the first half. Now, that being said, they probably weren't aggressive enough on the defensive end. That was the difference.
And it's just about time now for the third quarter to get underway.
Welcome back to the hustle and bustle of Chicago. A time-lapse view of all the traffic heading toward downtown. Well, we're getting back to the action now. It's been a one-team show so far. We'll see if that... Suns trail by 11. On the court for the Suns, Ulis and Booker, the two former Wildcats, of the backcourt. Warren is out there with Williams, and it's Monroe in at the 5 spot. For 3, Booker. They get the rebound. No good with the layup.
Some tough D in the paint, getting between him and the bucket and stopping the easy dudes.
13 feet away. Levine can't hit.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
For 3, here's Warren. Nice work on the boards, paying off with the basket. Warren's got it back down to a single-digit deficit for the Suns. Grant outside. To the wing on the left. Lopez a screen. Valentine passes to Grant. Goes back up to the right side. He tries for 3. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Grant's got 8 points.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Warren dishes to Booker. Monroe. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. And Chris, when you played, you were known as a guy at your size who could rip and run, take it coast to coast. You look around the league now, who are some of the best big men ball handlers?
Oh, you love it. If you get that board, you got to be able to take it, speed up the offense. We've seen Draymond just have a field day doing it with all the players on his team that could knock it down and score. Blake Griffin, Anthony Davis. We've even seen Paul Millsap and Julius Randle do it a little bit. So I love the fact that if you can get that board and push it, it makes it easier because you don't have to look for the outlet. You can actually find that point guard, that 2 guard in transition and let them score, and you be the facilitator.
Grant kicks to Lopez. In the corner, Valentine with it. Another 3 for Chicago.
I don't know if that was by design or by accident, but the D not paying any attention to him.
Pass to Monroe. Back to Ulis from the arc. No good. Now Chicago takes it the other way. And now the fast break. Grant with the ball. The Bulls have had 7 opportunities at the free throw line and made good on 5 of them. The free throw drops for Grant. And Grant dropped. Them both. 2 minutes into the second half of play now. Suns trail by 15. Here's Ulis. He feeds it to Monroe. Dishes it to Williams. Stolen by Markkanen. Oh, and a fast break for the Bulls. Levine with the ball. Makes it off the glass. Levine's got 8.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
Phoenix calls timeout.
And not surprising, obviously unhappy with the lack of response from his team.
Well, the pace right now, that's being dictated to them. They have to try to get it back to their tempo, to their style of game.
Mirotic is checked in for Chicago. And the Suns also making a change. Jackson, he's checked in for T.J. Warren. Stolen by Levine. Oh, and a fast break for the Bulls. Markkanen passes to Mirotic. Markkanen with it, working on Williams. Markkanen can't get it to go. Suns trail by 17. Now Ulis. There's a good screen. Screen by Monroe. Jackson kicks to Ulis. Down Down to 5 on the shot clock. Booker in the corner. They need this. Nice D from Levine.
Well, look, he's got to find better looks, or he's never going to pull out that funk he's in tonight.
The pass to Markkanen. Screen by Grant. There's the triple. Mirotic's shot is off, and the call will be against Robin Lopez. That'll be his second foul of the game. So for the Suns, Tyson Chandler, who's checked in for Alan Williams, and Dudley subbed in for Booker. Suns trail by 17. Third quarter action, and just under 3.5 minutes have gone. Outside Jackson. Monroe down low. Lopez covering. Monroe's shot is good.
And that solid play in the paint continues here, guys.
Grant kicks to Levine. The dish to Markkanen. That's good, and it's Levine with the assist. Markkanen's got 10 points.
All these open threes they're giving up have really been the driving force on this run.
And there's the foul. It'll go on Jerian Grant. That'll be his second foul of the game. And the game is a passion, as we know, Chris. But does it help to have outside interests? You're passionate about art. You make music. You're a writer. You're a thinker. Talk what all that is about and what that means to you.
Well, I think being a complete person helps whatever job that you're doing. You know, we all are more than our job. But basketball, you have to put everything into it. And so sometimes to rejuvenate yourself, you need to get fed other places and kind of feed your passions. And so I think a lot of times when players feed their passions, it's really just to have enough energy to complete their goal of getting through a grueling 82-game season with all the ups and downs, the expectations, the heartbreak, the celebrations, and so I think for myself and for many other successful players that I've seen, those that have tried to approach life with the same way that they approach basketball, that's just living with passion, try to learn as much as you can, enjoy every moment. Usually, to me, they are the most successful because it takes pressure off of playing the game.
Alex Lenz checked in for Monroe.
Well, and Robin Lopez, the big piece that came to the Bulls in the Derrick Rose trade, he's always been a solid center. Plays solid defense on the block and isn't lost when it's stretched out. He does a good job of protecting the rim as well.
Very well executed pick to give him all kinds of space to get that one off.
Levine against Dudley. Kick out to Levine. Bulls moving the ball around. And Mirotic has it in the corner. Off target from outside. And with Robin Lopez, a very imposing player on the court, but he's also one of the more colorful characters, Chris, in the league. A very funny guy.
Well, I don't know what happened with him and mascots as a kid, but he's been taking his revenge out on them his whole career. He brings a great vibe to the locker room that helps with that team chemistry.
The Suns shooting their 7th and 8th free throw attempts for the game right here. And the first one at the line is good.
Yeah, and Chandler, a difference maker defensively. The shot blocking, the controlling of the lane. He also gobbles up those rebounds.
Catching up on the changes for Chicago. Portis, he's checked in for Lopez. Justin Holiday comes in for Markkanen. Chris Dunn's checked in for Levine. And G's subbed in for Jaren Grant. Chicago leading by 15. Dunn kicks to Portis. Over to the wing. It's deflected. Stolen by Dudley. And now the Suns a fast break. Here's Ulis. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Ulis has got his third basket of the night. The Bulls have gone 4 of 9 from the floor so far in the third. And Holiday kicks to Mirotic. Now here's Dunn. He's guarded by Dudley. The three. Rebounded by Dudley.
Boy, he's got a great stroke. That one almost dropped.
Kicks it to Chandler. Chandler a screen. Now here's Ulis. He has 7, so the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. Now a chance to see the NBA leaders in steals. The 4th spot held by Chris Dunn.
And he's been a rock for them defensively. Just so many steals for him this year, and so many of them have been in key moments for his team.
That free throw good from Len.
And one of the problems in the first half, that shoddy work at the free throw line. They needed to fix that, and they've been much improved since the break.
Marquise Chris, he's checked in for the Suns. Both free throws good from Len. The Bulls leading by 11. And here is Dunn. Here's Mirotic. And just miss after miss right now.
He keeps battling, but so far this quarter, he hasn't been able to get it going.
Dudley the pass to Chris. Right wing, trying his luck deep. Here's Jackson. Holiday with the block. Mirotic with it. He's got 14. Here's the 3. Stolen by Jackson. Pass to Chris. Feeds to Dudley. There's a screen by Chris. And Dunn over to help. Here's Ulis. It's blocked.
Look, it would be a huge boost for them if he could start knocking these down.
Dunn kicks to Mirotic. Some solid defense there from Jackson.
Now, he doesn't look like himself right now. Nothing is going his way.
The wide open look here for Ulis. Phoenix no good that time either. The Bulls leading by 11. Here's G. He's been patient so far, nothing yet on the scoreboard. He kicks to Mirotic, and it's Dunn in the corner. Shoots over Dudley. Dunn misses. Well, Phoenix shooting around 36%. They're just not able to finish consistently. Shot to end this full run, and he stuffs it. What a pass to set him up.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
And how about the explosiveness he shows, going from the offensive to the defensive end in a blink?
And how about Jackson just taking off on these alley-oops? He has phenomenal timing for when to jump up and finish the lob pass.
Great way to see the alley-oop. That replay courtesy of Under Armour. Another Unleash Chaos moment. Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over.
And they're committing an awful lot of fouls here, and not of the good variety. You don't want to give up easy layups, sure, but it's been a non-stop parade to the foul line.
Denzel Valentine, he's checked in for the Bulls. T.J. Warren, he's checked in for Phoenix. Devin Booker comes in for Jared Dudley. Mirotic's shot is off.
And so much for repeating the three-point barrage he put on in the first half. Nothing here in the second.
Len, a screen. Here's Ulis. And a miss there with a chance to cut the lead to single digits. Chicago leading by 11. Here's G. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. T.J. Warren picks one up. Bulls have gone 7 of 9 from the free throw line tonight. And the first one drops. And G drops them both.
Impeccable from the line since halftime.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Len, a screen. On the wing, Booker. 10 points for him. 4 on the shot clock. It's tipped. G kicks to Mirotic. Looking for G and gets it there. Here's Valentine. Drills it from outside. Valentine's got 14.
And you can see the play calling this half. Another one from distance.
Well, that's because they made a concerted effort to get the shooters involved. Now they've built up the confidence.
They set the pick. Len dishes to Warren. Chris, nice persistence to tip it back up and in. He has 7.
Oh, how about the deft touch right there, guys?
He just guided that ball back up and in. Just a fingertip touch on the ball. The feed now to Valentine. He dishes it to Dunn. Passes it to Valentine. Good ball movement here by the Bulls. The Bulls need to get a shot off here. Mirotic's shot is off. Ulis. That shot missing. And so it's Chicago, sitting with a comfortable lead, up by 14. Defensively, they have gotten after it, contesting every shot going up. We've got more in store for you right after this. And we welcome you back as we get going here in the fourth quarter. The final quarter of play can change everything. And Chicago has possession. They led by as many as 18 points. Mirotic is out there with Portis. Then there's Dunn. Then there's Valentine. And it's G in at the point guard position. That's the 5 out there for the Bulls.
And giving up some height, he just finds a way to carve out a little separation.
Well, it takes a lot of confidence and toughness to make that play.
At the line for the Bulls, 1 shot. Suns trail by 17. Now Ulis. Down low. Dives for it. He's looking for Williams and finds him. And good that time.
Those passes into the paint have to be precise, just like that one.
G passes to Portis, and he jams it with authority.
Ooh, just powered it down with both hands. You know he's not going to mess that one up.
Oh, no, not this fella. He is a superb finisher. Inside, Monroe, and Craig Monroe with the slam.
And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope, his only concern right now is getting the points on the board, and I don't mean style points. So for the Bulls, Lopez, he's checked in for Mirotic. Zach LaVine comes in for Dunn. And it's Jaren Grant in for G. Grant kicks to Lopez. In the corner, Valentine with it. And up the court come the Suns on the break. Lopez with the block.
Well, Lopez is out there to set the tone defensively. I mean, he's a wily, strong defender who sends shots back with authority.
Yeah, getting theirs before the defense can set up.
Well, that's just the aggressiveness of transition, making sure they come away with points.
Monroe with a screen on Grant. Ulis kicks to Warren. Monroe down low. Lopez is there. Monroe, no good. The Bulls leading by 16. LaVine with it, now guarded by Booker. LaVine passes to Portis. Back to LaVine. seconds on the shot clock. And Levine with the slam.
He's put on a show for these fans.
I can't believe he pulled that one out in the course of an actual game. Ulis kicks to Booker. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
At the line for 2.
Free throw good, Ulis. Chicago making a switch here. Markkanen's checked in. And so he makes both from the line. And we're around 2 minutes into the 4th quarter here. Levine kicks to Valentine. No good, shot missing. Good work defensively by Monroe. Near the 3-point line, it's Booker. Markkanen pulls it in. Markkanen's got 6 rebounds in the game.
It's clear this just isn't his night. I mean, if they're going to keep him on the floor, I think his best role would be to be a decoy.
Yeah, the defender all over him.
At the line for the Bulls, 2 shots.
That free throw good from Markkanen. That one is no good. Suns trail by 17. Booker dishes to Warren. Nice D from Levine.
That's what we're talking about in terms of the activity level defensively. You got to protect the rim.
Well, that takes physical ability, good timing, those 2 things that he possessed.
The shot by Markkanen, nobody around. Out of bounds, Phoenix will take possession. Phoenix calls timeout. One of the stories here, Denzel Valentine getting it done today.
Wow, it's time for them to switch up their defense on him because what they've been doing so far is not working.
Here's Ulis. And we're about 3 minutes into the 4th quarter. Here's Monroe. And the rebound goes to Lopez. Lopez has got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. Booker against Levine. Here's Valentine. That's good, and it's Levine with the assist. 22 points for Denzel Valentine.
Now this is more like it. 9 points for him from 3-point range this half. That's 9 more than he had in the first.
Monroe against Lopez. Monroe down low. That doesn't go either from Monroe. The Bulls leading by 20. Bean passes to Markkanen. Misses the 3.
Yeah, not a great shot there, especially when you got a lockdown defender guarding.
No, I mean, there had to be a better option that time down the court. That's just a missed opportunity.
Ulis kicks to Monroe. Going back to your playing days, Chris, you were drafted by the Magic but traded on draft day to the Golden State Warriors. If you had suited up for the Magic alongside Shaquille O'Neal, that would have been something.
Oh yeah, I would have tried to. You know, I think I would have been the first Westbrook. That was my goal. If I was playing with Big Shaq, just do your job, and I would have averaged a triple-double easily. I would have averaged a triple-double. When you look at Dennis Scott, that would have been on the corner, Big Shaq up top, and that pick and roll right there. You're gonna have to guard me or him, and I didn't mind throwing it up to a big fella. I love seeing people dunk from alley-oop, so that would have been fun. I would have tried to have Shaq break a backboard every single night. But hey, can't go back in time, man.
Ulis dishes to Booker. On the wing, Williams. They need this one. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
You know, I love how he absorbs the foul and still had a chance to knock that one down.
At the line of the Suns, Alan Williams, taking 2 shots.
That free throw, no good. And he misses the second one as well, so he is 0 for 2 that time.
A good board there, Kevin, but overall they're getting slightly out-rebounded. And how about the hops there by Markkanen? He knows not many guys can block that shot. Good at getting that deep post position.
The Suns shooting 34% from the field. That's not going to get it done. Screen by Monroe. Booker outside. Over in the corner, Warren. Monroe with a screen on Levine. He got right to the cup using that screen. And that's 10 points for T.J. Warren.
And the shooting has really been there for him today, but he may have to take it upon himself to continue to carry this team and try and get out of this hole.
Levine kicks to Grant. Levine sets the screen for Valentine. Shot clock at 5. Here's Grant. Banked in off the glass.
And you got to like the vision for Markkanen. I mean, a big man who knows how to find the open man.
Grant's gone 50% shooting tonight, firing away 4 of 8. Here's Monroe. Fouled in the act of shooting. A 3-point play chance coming up.
After failing to be aggressive and look for a shot in the first half, you don't have to let him know this time. You don't have to remind him now. He is really taking his game over in the second.
Chris, traditionally, we've had the standard 1 through 5 spots on an NBA team, but it seems more and more GMs and coaches are going away from labeling a player to one of those spots, like positionless basketball. Are we going to see more of that? Is it going to work its way around to another level? How do you view that?
Well, I just think that the game is evolving, and I think right now you have to have a certain skill set to play, and that means you have to be able to dribble, pass, shoot, and defend. You think about it, we had players that could just defend, couldn't dribble or throw a ball in the ocean. Well, that really can't work anymore, and you have to have players with the total skill set regardless of size. I do think, though, that you'll always have to have positions. I hated how we took the center out of the All-Star game. You never see in baseball, they say, it's okay, you don't have to have a center fielder. You could just put 2 left fielders in there. You still have to identify a position, and for the tradition and the honor of the game, I say we do that. But we got some pretty big guys and some pretty great guys. So what would you call Dirk Nowitzki? Is he a 5? He's 7 feet tall. Is he a 4? Is he a 3? It doesn't matter. He just has game. What do you call Kevin Durant? A 7-foot flamethrower? I mean, he's a center, a power forward. I don't know what you call him, but I know that size or positions are no more defined by height. They used to be defined by height. 7 foot and up centers, 6'9" and up power forwards. Now you have 6'9" and up point guards. So I love the fact that the game's evolving, but I think the 5 best players are just going to play, but you're going to have every single size because right now skill set is all that matters.
Now, here's Warren. Here's Ulis. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Bulls will take it. The Bulls leading by 17. Grant kicks to Lopez. Markkanen in the corner. Some nice ball movement by the Bulls. Kick out to Levine. Lopez a screen. Levine passes to Grant. And the Bulls with another miss. Suns trail by 17. And here is Ulis. Pass to Booker. He feeds it to Monroe. Williams attacking. He drains it as the shot clock ticks down.
And we always talk about making your teammate better. That assist was right on target. Grant dishes to Lopez. Stolen by Monroe. And they're moving it up.
Here's Booker. It's hauled in by the Bulls. 22 is their biggest lead. Levine for 3. Here's Lopez. Another miss, and they've really hit a rough patch here. The Suns shooting 40% in the fourth. Ulis with it. And the game and the culture of basketball has so many subsets. One of those is the basketball shoe culture, the sneaker culture. Players competing almost as much, Chris, for style points as they are for actual points.
Oh, yeah, you know, and I love to say that I was part of that culture, you know, with the Black Sox and with some different shoes that I've had at the NBA. It's a lot of fun, man. It's something that your fans can relate to. It's something personal. It shows a personal side of what you have, your type of design. So, you know, you're very fortunate if you get your own kick deal, and I was fortunate. It's a lot of fun, and the fans love it.
And tonight's battle is going to end with a very clear winner, leaving nothing to chance. Impressive win for the Bulls.
Two great rebounding teams.
And these guys worked just a little bit harder tonight, and that was the edge they needed.
And during the long NBA season, each contest important here tonight. Tonight's win will give them 4 on the season.
Important. With this win, they split the season series at a game apiece and also avoid the sweep. And that has to be a relief.
A very solid win indeed. And when you check out the box score, there were some great numbers for Lauri Markkanen.
Wow, he owned this game. He never stopped. Did it all for them, and you can't help but admire that kind of effort.
There's 39 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. G, no good. Now here's Dudley. He's guarded closely. And the shot by Warren, no good. And they can just let the clock run out here.
Cannot argue with the W.
Out to the wing. Here's Zipser. He can't hit that time. Good work defensively by Monroe. Outside Knight. And so Chicago takes this one, and by a big margin. A confident win, and one where they clearly showed the greater effort.
Yeah, I mean, it was a solid performance, particularly here at home. I think they built off that edge of being here and play with just a little more confidence than their opponent.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and Chris Webber, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching the NBA on 2K Sports. And we'll see you next time.